So this video is going to be on Lien to tails. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I can do Lien to tails sometimes, so I'm going to do a video and show you guys how to do them. Basically, it's kind of a nose grab, air to tail, and then back into the transition. Alright, to learn Lien to tails, I'm going to show them to you on my pool coping right here. A couple of reasons for that. I find that airing onto a larger transition is going to help your airs get a little bit higher. You have a little bit more control. This is about 4 feet high. That's what you can start out on learning Lien to tails, or any sort of airs for that matter. So for this trick, what you want to do, it's kind of a combination, first of all, of a front side air, so you need to learn those, and also a front side air to tail, so it's helpful to learn those before you try this as well. When you come up to the top, what you're going to do is pop a front side ollie and kind of level it out when you get over the coping. So it's more parallel with the top of the flat right here. So when you're coming back down, you want to shift most of your weight onto your tail to get ready for the impact when you hit the coping. And also you want to grab your front nose, and that's what makes it a Lien to tail. So when you slap it down on the coping, you're grabbing your nose and your board's not going anywhere. So if you can get these super high, they look really nice. So for my grab when you're in the air, what I do is take my forefingers right here and put them on the board. And then my thumb usually touches the shoe a little bit on my front foot right here. And that's going to kind of hold my board into place, because if I grab it with just my hand like this, my board's going to flip out. But if I grab the shoe with my thumb, it's going to stay there a little bit easier. So I find that to be pretty easy. And also when you're going to tail, it's easier to overshoot it. It's safer that way, I guess I should say. When you come up, if you overshoot it and you land to front side disaster, that's not a problem usually, because you're not going to crash very hard. But if you undershoot it and come up and say your tail barely hits or it doesn't hit at all, you're probably going to crash a lot harder. So it's always better to judge this way towards the coping than judge into the transition, because you don't want to not land on anything. If you land like this and your board hits like that, you can jump off of it once you hit the coping. But you're probably going to crash a lot harder if your tail just misses the coping completely. So keep that in mind. So one other thing to remember when you're learning these tricks is that when you're in the air, you need to spin a little bit slower if you're starting to go higher. That's one of the trickiest things to learn for one of these things. So when you go up and your airs are getting super high, but you're still spinning the same speed, you're in the air longer, so you're going to spin more. So when you come down, you might land crooked or something, and you're probably not going to roll away from something like that. So always make sure to judge how fast you spin in the air, because it's going to change the higher you go. So basically, the higher you go, the slower you want to spin, because you're going to be in the air, so you're going to have more time to spin. So obviously you want to do it slower to even out the time that you spent spinning in the air. So that's just a little quick note there. And this trick is pretty tough to learn, so watching this video is not going to make you learn it overnight magically. So hopefully it helped. Go out there and learn it, and let me know how it goes.